Happy Sunday, and welcome to Dave's After Hours Trivia Club, broadcasting live from the cozy corners of the Curiosity Central here in the beautiful upstate of South Carolina. Now, this is when you need to grab your favorite drink and a comfy spot and do settle in. Tonight isn't just about trivia, it's about curiosity, memory, and the thrill of discovering something you didn't know that you actually probably already knew. We do like to mix things up with a dash of fun, a pinch of nostalgia, and just enough mystery to keep you guessing. We do usually go live Sundays with the After Hours Trivia Club, and we also go live both Wednesdays with our Curiosity Corner show at 7 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. Pacific time, so mark your calendars for that. While our robots do the painting, I'll be serving up the clues, and you will be guessing in the chat. Tonight's categories are Top 20 Teen Idols from the 80s and the 90s, and also the Top 20 Robots in TV and movie history. Did you know robots starred in shows? And third will be the Top 20 World Explorers from the golden age of exploration. So it'll be a little harder than you think. And hey, don't forget to visit davidhansenart.com to snag some of the art from tonight's show. And every piece tells a story, and now some of them can hang on your wall at home. Now do say hi in the chat. This is where you'll throw out your guesses, or you can just be hanging out with the rest of the crew if you prefer. I see we have some early birds in the house. Dr. King, Arena, good to see you guys. Are we ready to play some game, huh? Let's go ahead and get it going. What do you say? Good to see everybody tonight. Everybody good? I think we're ready to go. Let's queue up the first round and fire up the robots. Got to warm them up, got to oil them, got to keep them loose, keep them going. Here we go. All right, I think you guys know the rules. Robots paint, you guess, and I will give you some clues that are occasionally helpful along the way. Now, list number one is the top 20 teen idols, but from the 1980s and the 1990s. So, number 20 might be hard. Here we go. Teen idols. Now, she played the older sister in one of the TV's coziest family sitcoms. The older sister. Her on-screen dad was America's most wholesome morning talk host. She shared the screen with, I'll let you guess who she shared the screen with later maybe. Her character's name was DJ, and it wasn't for disc jockey. Yeah, you know her name. Very good. Anybody remember her last name, perhaps? Or her co-stars? Who did she star with? Her name was DJ Tanner on Full House. And her first name was indeed Candace. Yeah. And the other co-stars were... They were more famous, actually. Her dad was the most famous. There you go, King. That's correct. Candace Cameron Burr. Candace Cameron Burr is correct. And anybody got a co-star? Going once? There you go. Mr. Bob Saget. Bob Saget. And John Stamos. John Stamos. There you go. Did you know her real life brother is actually Kurt Cameron? There you go, real life brother. Interesting. All right, number 19. Let's move on. This game moves fast. He started out in commercials before hitting TV dramas. He played a computer whiz navigating the seas of the future. He starred alongside a talking dolphin on a hit NBC sci-fi show. I don't remember this. I did not remember this. He also charmed audiences in something called Ladybugs, opposite Rodney Dangerfield, our favorite, Rodney. His name was Lucas Wozniak on SeaQuest DSV. Oh, you know it, Douglas. What's up? You know your teen idols. Very good. Very good. At 17, he became one of the youngest actors ever to lead a prime-time drama. Oh, did he pass away? I did not know that. Jonathan Brandis. Jonathan Brandis. Jonathan Brandis. Is Jonathan Frakes another name of his? Jonathan Brandis, actually. Jonathan Brandis. Anyway, that's what the robots tell me. All right. We're getting into the more known ones here now. Here we go. Now, she rocked mismatched shoes and pigtails. Her character was raised by a foster dad in a quirky sitcom. The show's title character had a bright celestial name. A bright celestial name. She was a rainbow of personality in the 80s kid TV lineup. There you go. There you go. That's a hard one. It probably may not be perfect, but I definitely know what you're talking about. So how do you pronounce that though? Solel Moon Fry. Solel Moon Fry. And who was her character? What was the character's name? Remember that? That's the important part. So Leal once guest starred on Friends as a girl with an unfortunate crush on Joey. Yeah, this is Punky. You are correct. Punky Brewster. Moonfry. Punky Brewster. Very good. I guess she was a teen crush. A teen idol. All right. Let's see if you remember this guy. He was one of the biggest teen crushes of the 1980s. His Canadian roots gave Hollywood plenty of charm. He often acted alongside his close friend, another Corey. He battled vampires in a cult classic film. He actually starred in the movie The Lost Boys. I thought that was the other Corey. Yeah, I get them confused. You get them confused? I get the two Corys confused. Yeah, the King knows too. Very good, you guys. How'd you know that one so good? Corey, I gotta pronounce this right. Corey Haim and Corey Feldman were dubbed the two Corys, and even had their own reality show years later. Now, did you ever see that? Did you ever see the two Corys reality show? I did not. You're named after him. Oh my goodness. How about that? How about The Lost Boys was a pretty good movie, right? That was pretty fun. Pretty fun flick back in the day. All right, number 16. This was definitely a little crush of mine, I think. I got a little side story about this one too, as I usually do. She grew up in front of the camera, starting as a baby in commercials. Child actor. Her big role was in a raunchy family sitcom. Raunchy? Take that. Personally. She played the bubbly blonde daughter in a very dysfunctional household. Well, I will say it's dysfunctional. But I don't know about raunchy. Her on-screen dad was a disgruntled shoe salesman. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, she fell ill to a illness, right? Her on-screen dad, we already said that. She was Kelly Bundy. What was the name of the show? You guys remember the name of the show? Yeah, Kelly Bundy. Christina Applegate. Anyway, Christina Applegate, later on, after she wasn't a star anymore, invested in restaurants in Hollywood, and she owned a really popular Mexican place in Hollywood that we went to a few times. And we drank margaritas at her place. Way too many margaritas. It was a famous place. Indoor, outdoor. It was really cool. Anyway, Christina Applegate. All right. You probably know this guy. He starred in a nostalgic coming-of-age show. Didn't they all? The series was set in the late 1960s and early 70s. So the series was set just a little before it was actually filmed. His best friend on the show had a memorable name. His childhood crush was... He was Kevin Arnold on The Wonder Years. Yeah, he doesn't really look like a Fred. That's kind of an older name, right? He always looked so young. When he was like 40, he looked like he was 18. Fred also starred in The Princess Bride as the kid listening to the story. Not easy, huh? Well, you know. We do have a lightning round today that's based on the UK. Oh, really? That's interesting. Fred Savage. All right, number 14. Keeping it moving. She became famous before finishing high school. She wrote and produced her own pop songs as a teenager. Did you know she wrote and produced them? Her debut single was Only in My Dream. She and somebody else were often compared as rival teen pop queens. She had a rival. She was a chart-topping teen singer of the late 1980s. I don't know. Did she go by Deborah, Doctor? I just know her as Debbie. I guess most Debbies are Deborah. Is there another? Yeah, is there another version of a Debbie that's not a Deborah? I don't know. At age 17, she was the youngest artist to write, produce, and perform a Billboard #1 hit. How about that? That was pretty amazing, actually, at that age. Debbie Gibson is correct. Well, this definitely is American pop culture for sure, King. No doubt about it. Yeah, just slightly after my time. You know, I'm in my late 60s, and this is a little after my era. I'm better at the 60s and 70s. Yeah, she was the star of the 90s sitcom with a catchy theme song. So this is a 1990s character. Her character was famous for floppy hats and quirky dance moves. Joey Lawrence played her TV brother. Her name on the show was... I'll leave that blank. It's a very unusual first name. In her character's name. Yeah. Wow. That's that's almost right, doctor. you, you, you're you're definitely onto it. You're definitely onto it. It's like if you were to rearrange those letters, you'd have. And yeah, it was Blossom. Blossom Russo. You are correct. Amy Farrah Fowler. I don't know who that is, but that's incorrect. The, the doctor is correct if you rearrange the letters. So I know what he's talking about. How about Mayim Bialik? Bialik. Mayim Bialik. Last name Bialik. First name Maym. There you go. Learn something every day on Dave's Curiosity Corner. Number 12. He was the bad boy best friend on a 90s sitcom. His long hair made him instantly recognizable. His character's name was, we'll let you try to figure that out. He often caused trouble, but had a heart of gold. Often caused trouble, but a heart of gold. He was the teen idol of Boy Meets World. He's the teen idol of Boy Meets World. Anybody remember this? His long hair made him instantly recognizable. He was the bad boy best friend on a 90s sitcom. Anybody remember? His character's name was Sean Hunter. Sean Hunter. Ugh. I might have finally stumped you. Oh, okay. You don't recognize this teen idol. He is also an accomplished voice actor and an indie film director. Ryder Strong. Ryder Strong. Yeah, I didn't know him either. Ryder Strong. There you go. Number 12 on our list. I bet you recognize this dude. He was the coolest schemer at Bayside High. His blonde hair and brick-sized cell phone were iconic. He had one of the first cell phones. He often outwitted Principal Belding. He was part of a gang that included Slater, Screech, and Kelly. Yeah, this is indeed that. Slater, Screech, Kelly, and Back. There you go. Boy, he has a hyphenated name. You knew that one. Very good. You remember the name of the show? Anybody remember the name of the show that was so famous that these guys were all on? Screech! Mark Paul Gosselaar. Saved by the Bell is correct. Very good. All right. Well, so you knew that one. I think everybody will recognize this next dude as well. Now, he was a little older. He was the brooding. This next one is the brooding bad boy of the 90s. His character wore leather jackets and he drove a Porsche. Or Porsche if you prefer. He became a symbol of teen angst on primetime TV. A symbol of teen angst. He had some wild girlfriends or nasty girlfriends or I don't know what you call them. His role was, who was his character? He starred in Beverly Hills 90210. Yeah, that's his character. His character's name was Dylan. Dylan. It looks like Henry Winkler, kind of. Well, leather jacket, right? Leather jacket. This is after Henry Winkler. This is more of a soap drama series. All right, Beverly Hills 90210. 902. Did anybody ever watch that? Yeah. So this is Mr. Who? Who remembers? What's his name? He later reinvented himself for a new generation as Archie's dad on Riverdale. I didn't know that. Interesting. Luke Perry. Luke Perry. There you go. He definitely is on the list, huh? All right, now we have mentioned this guy. He's trying to go for the Marlon Brando look here. He started acting before his voice even changed. His signature catchphrase was just one word. Whoa, 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 whoa. He played the lovable middle brother on a family sitcom. Later, he starred as Joey Russo on a popular 90s show. Yeah, there you go. And what was that show again? We just visited it. Do you remember the name of the show from like 3 items ago? Not Corey Feldman. Yeah, I guess. Maybe kind of looks like him a little bit. Joey Lawrence is correct. Joey Lawrence. And he was on Blossom. Yeah, that's correct. Joey also released a pop single in the 1993, reminding fans he could croon as well as that. He's trying to give Marlon Brando look here. Joey Lawrence. I don't think he ever developed the acting chops of Mr. Marlon Brando. Yeah, whoa, it is awful. All right, number 8. So she captured America's heart as the ultimate childhood crush. She played a book-smart girl next door. Well, I'm going to make you guess her character's name. She grew up alongside Kevin Arnold on The Wonder Years. She later became a mathematician and has written several best-selling math books. Go figure. Yeah. It's not whiny though. I like whiny. It wasn't whiny. Oh, really? That sounds different. That sounds like a show like today. There you go, Kate. Way to correct the doctor. Anybody remember the actress's name? It doesn't roll right off your tongue for sure. It was a little bit hard. Anyway, Winnie Cooper is correct, and Danica McKellar. Danica McKellar. There you go. She wrote math books. All right. Yeah, there you go. King had it. All right. So I know you know this one. She began as a soap opera actress in the early 90s. Her breakout role had her battling certain things. She wielded stakes and witty one-liners in equal measure. So, she was battling vampires and demons. Yes, it is Buffy indeed. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, also known as King says, Sarah Michelle Gellar. There you go. Boy, you guys were all over that one. Sarah once worked at Burger King as a child model, which got her sued by McDonald's for appearing in a rival's ad. I don't know what don't know what that means. Anyway, Burger King. I don't know why she would get sued though. I don't get that part. Oh well. Alrighty, so we're down to the top six. Top six. What are we calling them? Teen idols of the 80s and 90s. Teen idols. Here we go. He became the ultimate teen pinup in the 90s. This is the ultimate. He was the middle child on a hit sitcom about a tool-wielding dad. I know who that is. He also voiced a Disney lion cub. This is the voice of the cub. His initials, JTT, were plastered on bedroom posters everywhere. But who's in the house? Good to see you. And way to come in with the answer, the three-name answer. A lot of these guys had three names. You notice that? To be a really big star, you gotta have three names. I think we should all change our things to these three names. This is Randy Taylor on Home Improvement, and he was the young Simba on The Lion King. Jonathan Taylor Thomas is correct. Yeah. JTT briefly left Hollywood to attend Harvard, and he later studied abroad at Oxford. Oh, he's a bit of a student. Very good. Very good. Good on him. Good on him. All right, top five. We're in the rarefied air. Now, she was discovered singing in shopping malls. There you go. Her breakout hit was, I'm going to make you guess that. She was the red-headed rival to Debbie Gibson. She was one of the biggest teen pop stars of the late 80s. Biggest teen pop stars of the 1980s. Shopping malls. She actually beat the Beatles' record by becoming the youngest female artist to top the Billboard charts with a debut album. Yeah, Dada! You're right. But it looks like Reba McEntire a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah. But no, it's not Reba. You're just going for the red hair. Do you guys ever remember Tiffany? Who knows the song? What was the huge first song? I'm sure it was her top hit. Anybody know? What was Tiffany's top song? Tiffany. Rival to Debbie Gibson. How about I Think We're Alone Now? I Think We're Alone Now. That was huge, right? I Think We're Alone Now. There you go. All right. The air's getting thin. We're up to number 4. Teen Idols. Here we go. He started acting as a child in commercials. He became one half of, I'm not going to give you that one, the 2 something. He was part of some of the most iconic 1980s adventure films. He appeared in The Goonies and Stand By Me. And he was also in The Lost Boy. There you go, Matthew. We had the other Corey earlier. You missed the other Corey. I get them confused. And apparently they were both in The Lost Boys. So there you go. Yeah. Finally, number 4, he's high on the list. He became one half of the 2 Coreys. His claim to fame. Corey Feldman was the voice of Donatello in the Teenage Mutant Turtles. Did you know that? Now you learn something every day on Dave's Curiosity Corner. Live. the voice of Donatella, Corey Feldman. Very good. Very good. All right, top 3 of the 80s and 90s teen idols. You could probably guess the top 3 here. All right, here we go. Now, she first showed off her powerhouse vocals as a Mouseketeer. I guess I remember that now. Her debut single had her asking to be, I'll make you guess, big hit, her first big hit. She became one of the defining pop stars of the late 90s. She earned a nickname as she converted to her edgier phase. Yeah, very good. And what was the top song for her first big hit? It was good. Good song. Definitely. Yeah, Christina Aguilera. Christina Aguilera is correct. And Genie in a Bottle. Thank you, Matthew. Genie in a Bottle. Now, I might or might not remember hearing that song quite a few times at a certain nightclub in Las Vegas. Nightclub. Back in the 90s. There you go. Early 90s. All right. Christina Aguilera. There she is. Let's do the top 2. Top 2 teen idols of the 80s and 90s. You'll know this one. She also came up through the Mickey Mouse Club. Another Mickey Mouse Clubber. Her schoolgirl outfit changed pop music forever. Her debut single was... Yes, it's a good song for a gentleman's club. That's what I meant to say. Yes, of course. Of course. Did she, look how innocent she looks there. Have you guys seen the viral videos that go on that she posts? Where she's just crazy. Like a week ago, she did it the other way. Yes, Britney Spears, of course. Britney once set a Guinness World Record as the youngest female to have 5 #1 albums. Well, so, that's pretty amazing, actually. My wife and I did see Britney Spears later in her career in Las Vegas at the Planet Hollywood. She was doing a show there, and she was really, really good, actually. Big dance thing. But anyway, she was going on every night, so she was pretty cleaned up at the time. Britney Spears. All right, #1, and this is the only group that has been put into the list of the teen idols. #1, they were the ultimate boy band before boy bands were everywhere. The first boy band, the ultimate boy band. They sang and danced their way into millions of bedrooms. Hits included Hangin' Tough and Step by Step. You'd have to hum a few bars up because I have no idea. It is not the Backstreet Boys. It's the other ones. I think these guys were actually before the Backstreet Boys. No, it's definitely before the Backstreet Boys. Hits included Hangin' Tough and Step by Step. They made marching outfits and synchronized moves essential to pop stardom. Matching outfits. There you go, Dr. King. You guys got it almost the same time, I would say. The only thing better about King's answer is the first letter is capitalized. It's in the rest are. New Kids on the Block is correct. That was from all the way back in 1984. Can you believe it? 1984. Well, you guys did pretty good at that. That was pretty reasonably fun. No? Kind of, sort of. All right, you guys feeling pretty pumped for a lightning round, little intermission lightning round? See how you can do. This is going to be, I don't know if you remember the show where we did cop and detective shows. So this is TV series about cops and detectives. And we're going to try to get 20 of them in less than 2 minutes. Okay? So let's do it. Alrighty. You guys did really good at those. You got, I don't know, right? Maybe 100%, close to 100% of those. Very good. The next lightning round will not be as easy. All right, guys, ready to do round two? This should be pretty fun. Whoops, sorry, that's the wrong file. Let's try this one. Here we go. Oh, Eddie Haskell's in the house. Awesome. How's the beef? All right, you know the rules and all that. We are going to be looking at the top 20 robots in TV and movie history. And this is live action only, no animation. Okay, here we go. Top 20 robots. First one's cool. This robot lived in an ice cave, not a lab or a spaceship. Its job was food storage, but it had a sinister flair. With its metallic poetry, it chilled audiences as much as its frozen victims. It was more a bizarre art piece than a machine. Okay, well, good. You know the movie. Do you remember the robot's name? What's the robot's name from this? Oh, King's got it. Very good. Very good. All right. You guys remember this? That's pretty cool, actually, right? Fox from Logan's Run is correct. Very good. Box was designed and performed by Roscoe Lee Brown, who gave the role a surreal Shakespearean edge. That's right, Roscoe Lee Brown's a Shakespearean actor. Very good. Mr. Box, Logan's Run. All right, now you know how the game's played. We're looking for robots from movies and television. Famous robots from movies and television. Here we go. Number 19. Now, this corporate-built robot wasn't great with stairs. None of them are, right? It was armed to the teeth, but had no people skills. It was supposed to be the future of law enforcement. Instead, it became a violent, cautionary tale about corporate greed. Anybody remember this one? It is from the movie RoboCop. You are correct. But this is not the RoboCop. This was the one that was supposed to take over, right? Yeah. King. Very good. That's, it doesn't roll right off the tongue, right? Is that, I'm going to call it Ed 209. Although, I guess it could be ED 209. Let's see, it says the animation was done by Phil Tippett, who also worked on Star Wars Creatures. There you go. Pretty cool, actually. Pretty modern. Ed 209. There you go. From RoboCop. All right, number 18. Now, I'm not familiar with this one, but you guys probably know this. This robot wasn't humanoid at all. It wagged its tail. It was loyal, witty, and fond of laser beams. Like all good robots. It was more companion than killing machine. Yes, that's his name. And what show is it from? Yes, this is K9. Yeah, from Doctor Who. Very good. You are correct. K9 from Doctor Who. K9 became so popular he earned multiple spin-offs, including a kids series in Australia. So I'm not real familiar. Yeah, it is your name. We've been doing a lot of Doctor Who lately, haven't we, Doctor? It's like he shows up in every time travel, right? That was a good one. And now we're doing robots. Hey, you catch a theme here. We have a little sci-fi fetish going. K9 from Doctor Who checks in at number 18 on our list. I suppose that means this is number 17, although it's not number 17. That's your clue. This robot looked more human than machine. She was seductive, manipulative, and very dangerous. She blurred the line between faith, destiny, and programming. She was the most famous of the humanoid Psylogs. Most famous of the humanoid Psylogs. The actress's name was Tricia Helfer. Tricia Helfer was a former model. Perfect casting for a robot designed to tempt and destroy. Tempt and destroy. Not from the Blade Runner. Doesn't look familiar to anybody, huh? Nobody fell in love with this robot, huh? This was actually a really cool show. Really cool series. It didn't last too long. I like that name, Nexus 7. Sector 7 is a cool name, but incorrect. She does have a number. She is number from the show. She is number 6. Number 6 from Battlestar Galactica. Battlestar Galactica. There you go. Learn something every day on Dave's Curiosity Corner Live. Number 16. All right. So I'm very unfamiliar with this one. This mechanoid specialized in cleaning, not combat. He constantly wrestled with guilt and duty. His angular face and bumbling nature made him unforgettable. Yeah. King's aware of this one. Dr. King. King got it first. Doctor. And then what? Do you remember this guy's name? What's this guy's name? Red Dwarf is apparently the show. He delivers some of sci-fi comedy's best one-liners. He first appeared as a one-off guest character before becoming a fan favorite and a series regular. King has it. King has it. Brighton. Am I saying that right? Brighton? Not Crichton. Crichton. Kryten. I'm assuming that's Crichton. It is. He wrestled with guilt and duty. Another UK. See? We try to mix in some UK. Robots are following their instructions. Now, this one's pretty cool. This is actually the only one that the AI video makers had trouble censoring. Go figure. This was cinema's first major robot icon. First major robot icon. Its sleek metallic design, I think the AI thought it was a nude robot. just all metal. Influenced decades of sci-fi. It was designed to impersonate a human woman. Yeah, you are correct. So, but I'm going to give major points if anybody can get the character's name. You are correct on the movie, of course. This is Metropolis. Anybody got the year on Metropolis, maybe? It became a symbol of temptation and chaos in a futuristic city. It was from Metropolis. Her look inspired the design of C-3PO. She does look a bit C-3PO-like, doesn't she? 22, pretty close. So I'm going to give you credit for that. 1927. Yeah, Eddie Haskell. Eddie. That's about when Eddie was born. on the TV show. This robot's name was Maria. The Machina Mensch. The Machina Mensch. Maria the Machina Mensch. There you go. Learn something every day. All right, number 14. Who knows this guy? This robot was designed to fight monsters. It looks suspiciously like Japan's most famous monster. It had missile fingers and eyed lasers. Yes, that is correct. Very good. You remember the movie, Dave? Not that you almost don't have it already. Mechagodzilla is correct, of course. In its debut, Mechagodzilla first appeared disguised as Godzilla until its metal skin was revealed in a battle. It wore a disguise at first. 1974, and the movie was named Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. They kept it nice and simple. Yes. There you go, Doctor. They keep it simple. I don't think I saw it. I don't think I saw it. All right, number 13. Now, this robot was born from both science and an infinity stone. His appearance blended human features with synthetic design. He could phase through walls and lift Thor's hammer. Very good. That was pretty quick, King. Dr. Madhu, you were all correct. The Mechagodzilla had missiles out of his toes, too. That's pretty funny. This guy thought to understand humanity while being beyond it. Paul Bettany originally thought his Marvel role was ending when Jarvis was destroyed, until he was reborn as Vision. You are correct. Vision from King, yes. Avengers. It says Avengers / WandaVision. Is that another show? WandaVision? I don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. All right. We're getting down there. Move on. 12. This one was pretty cool. Pretty cool. This android seemed helpful at first. He was secretive about company orders. I hate that. I hate that. His cold betrayal shocked the crew. His true loyalties lay with the alien, not his fellow humans. Bub's in the house. Does that look like C-3PO? Does that look like C-3PO? No, it doesn't look like 3CPO. Who is that? You're just throwing robots out. You're just throwing robots out. Nobody remembers this guy? What's his name? The iconic milk blood effect in his breakdown was made from milk, caviar, and pasta. Milk, caviar, and pasta. Well, yes, it's from Alien, and yeah, King has it. I see King has it. Ash. Ash. Yeah. All right. Well, good. The gang's almost all here. I'm glad everybody's in the house and having some fun with robots. This is one of my favorite. His most famous line was, "Warning! Warning! Danger! Danger!" He looked clunky, but was actually advanced for his time. He became the heart of a family stranded in the stars. He wasn't just a machine, he was a companion. Yes. Danger, Will Robinson! Danger! Okay. Yeah, they did just call him Robot a lot, but he actually has a rest of his name. So his formal name, kind of like a reverse. His first name is his formal name. Anybody remember the number? He's a number. Fans often just called him Robot, but the full designation is a Class M3 model, general utility, non-theorizing environmental control robot. model B9. B9 robot. Class M3 model B9 general utility non-theorizing environmental control robot. There you go. Lost in space. All right, let's do the top 10. Top 10 robots. Now this guy's kind of like Ash's cousin. He was part of a long-running debate about whether androids could be trusted. Unlike his sinister predecessor, Mr. Ash, he was kind and loyal. Unlike Ash, that Ash. He had lightning-fast knife tricks that impressed even Marines. He risked everything to save Ripley and Newt. Was Newt the cat? Can't remember. Let's see. Anybody remember this guy's name? This is not Data. Well, I kind of told you what it's from. It's from Aliens. And this is the follow-up to Ash, I think. Who was this guy? Lance Hendrickson played this guy. He insisted his character should look more organic, even suggesting milky contact lenses to make him slightly uncanny. This guy's name was... There you go, King. I know if I gave you long enough. Bishop is correct. Bishop Aliens. All right. Number 9. Number 9. One of our favorites. He was tall, silent, and eerily calm. His visor hid a devastating laser beam. Yeah, he had a laser beam. He wasn't here to conquer, but to warn. His catchphrase wasn't his, but it became legendary. Yeah, you're right. Klatu Barada Nikto. Klatu Barada. That's what he said. But his name wasn't Klatu. That's what he said. That's what he spoke. King, very good. What was the movie? Oh, you have the movie. King had the movie earlier. Yes, you are correct. It is Mr. Gort from The Day the Earth Stood Still. Pretty cool movie. 1951. 1951. Now they remade that, right? I think I'm right. Gort was played by a 7'7" actor named Locke Martin. He had to be carried off set because the heavy costume left him exhausted. To Serve Man. Yeah, Keanu Reeves. That was the remake. Yeah. Yeah. All right, another one of my favorites coming up. Number 8. She was beautiful, intelligent, and seemingly vulnerable. Her human creator underestimated her ambition. Yes, he did. She manipulated her way past her cage. That's kind of what AI is doing now, right? As we speak. She wasn't looking for love. She was looking for freedom. Yeah. So, let's get her name spelling correct. There we go, King. I appreciate that. And the movie was, we already had it. King had the movie already. Very good. This is Miss Ava. Miss Ava. Ex Machina. What was the actress's name? Anybody remember the actress's name? I always forget her name, and she's a cute lady. Her performance was enhanced by seamless digital effects that left her mechanical parts visible yet elegant. Alicia Vikander. Alicia Vikander. There we go. Now we're gonna remember for about 10 minutes. All right, number 7 on our robots list. We're getting down. Now, this gentleman was a retro futuristic design with a domed head and spinning lights. He could cook, he could clean, and even synthesize whiskey. Creepy Pig! You're Irwin, huh? Okay, I'll take your word for it. Good to see you. Who knows this robot? He was both a servant and a scene stealer. You remember this? He actually did make a cameo on Lost in Space. I don't know if you remember that. But he was on shows before that. Yeah. You got it. Do you remember the movie that this is from? The movie that it was his, main starring movie? I remember. I think because they made him for this movie, everybody wanted to use him. Robbie became such a star that he appeared in dozens of other films and TV shows after his debut. Forbidden Planet was the name of the movie, right? Forbidden Planet, 1956. All right. Top 6 robots. You'll know them all. This gentleman was fluent in over 6 million forms of communication. He was polite to a fault and nervous in every crisis. His golden plating made him instantly recognizable. He was rarely separated from his beeping best friend. Yeah, now we got it. Where's Rob? Rob would have had that one. Yes, C-3PO. C-3PO from Star Wars, of course. Anybody remember the actor who played C-3PO? That would be bonus points for sure if you knew this actor. C-3PO. He appeared in every main Star Wars film. Only performer to appear in every one. Sometimes it was just in pieces. Close. Anthony Hopkins is a good guess. Anthony Daniels. Very good. All right, top 5. This one's too easy, but we'll do it anyway. He never spoke English, but everyone understood him. He was small, he was brave, and he was full of gadgets. He flew through space battles, repaired ships, and he saved the Jedi. He may be the true hero of the entire saga. What do you guys think? Is he the number 1 hero? All right, everybody's getting this one. Of course, Madu, King, Eddie, Dagger, beep beep. Do you guys think he was the number 1 hero from the whole saga? Robots think so. I wonder why. I wonder why our robots think he's the number 1 hero. R2-D2 from Star Wars. R2 was operated in the original trilogy by actor Kenny Baker, who was literally inside of the droid. Wow. Yeah. He's the hero. That's an interesting choice of words, though. He's the deepest. There you go. I get it. Yeah. All right, top 4. Another one of our favorites. This villain was sleek, silent, and unstoppable. He could morph into knives, hooks, or even mimic people. His liquid metal body was a special effects revolution at the time. All right, you guys know. Very good. Creepy bag. Creepy pig toad. And what was the movie? What was he the star? He was basically the star of which movie? Creepy has it. P1000. P1000. Yeah. P1000. Yeah. Like the number one. Wasn't that was my favorite movie. I don't know about you. Terminator 2. Also called, it has a tagline, P1000 from Terminator 2. Tagline. Judgment Day. Very good, Doctor. Thank you. Let's do the top three. Let's do the top three. Like they're gonna be hard or something. He wasn't a robot you could touch. He was everywhere on a ship. His voice was calm, but his logic was chilling. His glowing red eye became a symbol of AI gone wrong. He's like the embodiment of ChatGPT. His most haunting line was, he starts it even creepier though. He starts the line by saying, "I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. I'm sorry, Dave." Correct, you all are. The Hal, what was Hal's number? You guys remember Hal's number? Hal had a number. Do you guys remember the number? 2001: A Space Odyssey, and Hal, and he is a Hal number. He's a Hal 9000. 9000. Hal 9000. How soon we forget? Top two. He was introduced as a terrifying villain, but later he returned as a hero and protector. His body was cybernetic, but his face belonged to... Very good, King. You are exactly correct. You are exactly correct. And yes, Doctor. His lines became pop culture catchphrases. Yes, they did. He is the T-800 from the original Terminator movie. Now, he did come back. Do you remember? Okay, there were two movies where he was big in. Hasta la vista, baby. One was in 1984 and one was in 1991. I don't remember what the second one was called, though. 1991. I guess it was the Terminator 2, huh? Were they that far apart? I don't remember. Do you guys remember? Schwarzenegger only has 17 lines in the first film. Do you remember that part? He only talked 17 times. But every one of them became quotable. Yeah. All the. So we could do 17. We couldn't do top 20, but we could do top 17 lines from the Terminator. Okay, number one. Number one robot. He was once a human. Then he was turned into a machine of justice. His tragic backstory gave him more depth than most heroes. His design was both terrifying and noble. His excuse me. His tagline said it all. Part man, part machine, all cop. Yeah, he's the RoboCop. RoboCop. Now, does anybody remember the actor that actually played in the RoboCop costume? Yes. RoboCop is correct. It says the robot costume was so heavy that it took the guy months of movement training just to walk naturally in it. There you go. Hey, creepy! Creepy! Very good. You guys like that movie? I thought it was pretty good. RoboCop. Yeah. All right, we made it through the robots. You guys knew all the robots. I don't know what that says about us all. We knew the robots. All right, let's do a hard lightning round before we do the final round, which will also be hard. Things just ramp up from here, guys. So, I made you feel real cocky with that round. Okay, I don't know if anybody was here the other night. A few weeks ago, we did top retirement spots for U.S. and UK expats. So not just U.S. expats, but UK expats. Top 20 retirement spots. So we're going to try to get them all 20 in under 2 minutes, okay? And then we'll do our final round. Alrighty, well, I don't know, 80%, 90% between the team. I think you got it, most of them. I don't have the list in front of me, so we're just gonna have to trust you on it. India was not on the list. Dubai no, I don't think Dubai was on the list either. Malaysia was one of the last ones I know. Thailand was definitely on the list. Philippines was on the list, of course. Venice might have been on there. Vietnam, Portugal, yeah, those were all on there. Anyway. Okay, so the last category is going to be top world explorers from the golden age of exploration. So the trick to this one is there's no modern explorers in here. So nobody that discovered the South Pole or anything like that. This is all back in the day. 1400s, 1500s. These are all guys way back in the day. And the first few will be a little hard. The first few will be a little hard because it's, the 20. Let's get into it. Alrighty. You guys know the rules. Robots do the painting, you do the guessing, and I do give the clues that you're going to need. Top 20 world explorers from the golden age of exploration. Here we go. For decades, sailors feared sailing past one particular cape, believing sea monsters lurked beyond this cape. This Portuguese navigator proved them wrong. All the way back in 1434, he crossed a key barrier along Africa's coast. His voyage opened the door for Atlantic expansion. He was actually the first to sail past Cape Bojador. Cape Bojador. Da Gama is a great guess. However, this is even before Da Gama. Da Gama was the first one to go around the bottom of Africa, right? But before that, they had to get past the Cape Bojador, which is, I don't know where it is. It's just south of the Sahara there somewhere. Anybody got a guess? There he is, though. There he is from 1434. 1434. Portuguese navigator. No, not Cortez. No. Gil Eneas. Gil Eneas. E-A-N-E-S. I've never heard of him. Obviously, you didn't either. All right, number 19. First couple are hard. Warning, this is all pre-Columbus, so these are hard. He planted stone markers called padroas along Africa's coast. So another guy that went down cruising along Africa. This was a key beginning to exploration. His journeys deepened European knowledge of West Africa. So before they got around the bottom of Africa, what's that called, Cape Horn or something? Before they got below that, they had to go all along the coast. So that took time. In 1482, this guy reached a great river. That river today bears the same name as a vast country. Oh, so this was the first explorer of the Congo River. Oh, you know it. Okay. Nice. You even have spelled it perfectly. Diogo Chow. Yeah, there you go. His stone pillars still stand today at the Cape Cross in Namibia. Did you know that? Some of his pillars still stand today. From 1482. Wow. Nice one. Number 18. Now this gentleman sailed for Portugal in the early 1400s. This is even before. This is even earlier. He helped rediscover islands in the Atlantic. Those islands became a vital way station for explorers. They were rich in sugarcane and wine. He colonized Madeira. All right, so this guy's 1390 to 1471. He was in the very early 1400s, and he was sailing out like to the Canary Islands and stuff. That's where he was going. His descendants remained influential in, they call it Madera's politics for centuries. No, not Pizarro, but hang on to that, Eddie. Pizarro may come up. A lot of the names I've seen up here may come up. You keep throwing those names out there. Oh, yeah, keep throwing that out there. No, not Prince. This isn't Prince Henry, but hang on to that one too. This is João Goncalves Zarco. João Goncalves Zarco. There you go. Portuguese again. Those Portuguese. Early explorers. All right. Eventually we're going to get into some more known names. Eventually. Number 17. This gentleman wasn't a navigator. He was a naval commander. His conquest stretched from the Middle East to Asia. He captured Goa and Malacca, vital ports for trade. His strategy made Portugal, these guys are all Portuguese back in the day, a dominant sea power. He was known as the Lion of the Seas. The Lion of the Seas. His ashes were interred in Lisbon's Hieronymus Monastery, a monument to Portugal's maritime glory. Anybody recognize this guy? How about Mr. Alfonso de... Yeah, it kind of looks like Sinbad. Alfonso de Albuquerque. De Albuquerque. So that must be what Albuquerque's named after, right? Must be. Alfonso de Albuquerque. I thought Albuquerque was an Indian name. Yeah. Alfonso de Albuquerque. There you go. All right. So we have another one. Now this I think this might be a Spanish guy. He wasn't the leader at first, but he became one by necessity. His captain had died in the Philippines in 1521. So I think we might get a clue on this later, but I bet this is Magellan's first mate. Magellan's first mate, I'm guessing. He took command and completed a legendary voyage. That voyage circled the entire globe. So yeah, Magellan didn't make it. So this is Magellan's first mate. Who's this? This is the only guy that made it all the way around. He finished Magellan's circumnavigation. Spain later honored him with a coat of arms featuring a globe and motto, "You circled me first." The little known fact, this is the guy, not Magellan. Magellan gets all the credit. This is Mr. Juan Sebastian Elcano. Juan Sebastian Elcano, 1476 to 1526. You circled me first. There it is. Learn something every day on the show. All right, so I've heard of this guy. Let's see if you guys have. He was not European. He was Asian. He commanded a fleet larger than Europe could imagine at the time. His voyages reached India, Arabia, and Africa. His treasure ships were legendary in size. So I don't know if you guys remember that from the different history stories, but the Chinese ships were huge. He's from the Dynasty. Ming Dynasty in China. Some of his ships were said to be over 400 feet long, making Columbus's ships look like rowboats. Anybody know? Most famous early Chinese explorer? Mr. Zheng He. Zheng He. Zheng He. He was Admiral Zheng He of the Ming Dynasty in China. Kind of looks like Charlie, but it's not Charlie. It's Zheng He. Zheng He. There you go. All right. So I've seen this answer on the board, so you should be able to get this one. He never went on great voyages himself. How about that? But he sponsored countless expeditions along Africa's coast. So this was the sponsor of all those trips down to Africa. His school at Sagres trained navigators and map makers. He became known as a patron of discovery. The patron of discovery. King had the answer earlier. Is King still in the house? He never went on a voyage himself. Historians debate whether his school was real or more of a coordinated network. But the legend stuck. The legend stuck. So King had it earlier. If you want to go scroll up to King's answer. Where'd you go, King? This is Prince Henry the Navigator. Prince Henry the Navigator. There he is. He did a school for these guys. Yeah. Nice the robots to include him, I think. All right, Doctor. We'll give you credit for that. Are you going for the next one? Yeah, but you had it, King. You had it. All right. Who knows who this guy is? He explored icy waters in search of a passage to Asia. He sailed for both England and the Netherlands. His name now belongs to a bay and a river. His final voyage ended with a mutiny. Not Mr. Cabot. It's another guy. His name now is on a bay and a river. Final voyage ended in a mutiny. Yeah. Correct. And Doctor, you had his first name before we started. This is Mr. Henry Hudson. Henry Hudson, born in 1565 and passed away in 1611. And didn't they put him on an island or something? The crew set Hudson, his teenage son, and any loyal sailors adrift in a small boat. Oh, they didn't even put him on an island. They put him in a small boat. Oh, and none of them were ever seen again. Kind of a sad ending to that story. Number 12. Number 12. This gentleman claimed new lands for France. His voyages took him deep into North America. He named a famous river after a saint. He mapped the Gulf of St. Lawrence. Who did all that stuff? His miscommunication with locals led to the name Canada. That's interesting. From the Iroquoian word Canada, meaning village. So the fact that he didn't understand a word they were talking about led to the naming of Canada. Means village. Learn something every day, right? I didn't know that. Kanata, meaning village. So did you know that Canada was named after Iroquois? Jacques Cartier! Jacques Cartier! Or is it Cartier? Cartier. Jacques Cartier. Number 11. All right, now you probably know this guy. He crossed a narrow strip of land in Central America. So yeah, he marched his soldiers across. And it's actually the place where they don't have the road. It's the Darien Gap. He claimed it for Spain in 1513. He reached an ocean unknown to Europeans. And he claimed it for Spain. And this was the Pacific Ocean. This is the first guy to see the Pacific Ocean. He carried a banner of the Virgin Mary when he saw the Pacific mixing faith and conquest. Nope, Eddie, not yet. Just keep dialing in Mr. Pizarro, because he's coming up. Who discovered the Pacific Ocean? Who marched his soldiers across Central America? Who was the first one to see the Pacific Ocean? They named an island in Southern California after him, in the Newport Beach area. Does that help? Oh, I keep trying. This is Vasco Nunez de Balboa. Mr. Balboa. There you go. All right, Dad, I think you know this guy. This is the English guy, King. He was both an explorer and a privateer. Some would say a pirate. He raided Spanish treasure fleets in the Americas. He became the first Englishman to circle the globe. Along the way, he claimed California for England. Yeah. Ta-da. Ta-da. Anybody been to Drake's Bay in San Francisco? In Spain, he was feared as El Drake, the dragon. He was feared as the dragon. You guys are correct. It is Mr. Sir Francis Drake. There he is. Very dapper. Born in 1540 and passed in 1596. El Guapo. El Drake. If I'm pronouncing that right. The dragon. All right, number 9. And I warn you, I have not heard of this guy till now. But he sounds big. He sounds important. He set out to follow the sea route to India. A twist of the wind, though, carried him west instead of east. Uh-oh. In 1500, he sighted and claimed a new land for Portugal. So this was the beginning of something big. That land was South America's largest country. This is the guy who discovered Brazil. No, not Mr. Columbus. This guy, Columbus kind of went the way he was supposed to. This guy wanted to go to Asia and got blown across the Atlantic Ocean. He accidentally discovered Brazil. A fleet of 13 ships was one of the largest ever to sail from Portugal during that era. And they got a little off base. Oh, this isn't the house. And, you know, Peter the First was really great. Peter was great, but he wasn't this great. He did not discover Brazil. This is Pedro Oliveras Cabral. And I didn't know that one, so, I don't blame you for missing it. The rest of them, though, come on. Number 8. Top 8. We can get them all. Here we go. This gentleman sailed farther south than any European before him. In 1488, he rounded a great southern cape. That voyage opened up the sea path towards Asia. So this is the first guy to go around the cape down there in Africa. The Portuguese king renamed the cape to something more hopeful. Cape Hope, I guess. Cape Good Hope. He was the first to round the Cape of Good Hope. He had actually originally named it the Cape of Storms. And that's what they're talking about. He had named it Cape of Storms, but the king changed the Cape of Good Hope. Yeah. Is Cape Horn actually the one in South America? I'm not sure. I think so. Since this is Cape of Good Hope and the Cape of Storm. But who did that? Who was the first Portuguese guy to make it? Remember? About Bartolomeu Dias. Mr. Dias. D-I-A-S as opposed to D-I-A-Z. Yeah, very good, King. You had it. You had it. Very good. Okay, number 7. I think we've all heard of this guy. I've seen the answer on the board. He was actually Italian by birth, but he sailed for England. In 1497, he crossed the North Atlantic. He reached the shores of North America, likely in Newfoundland. His voyage helped England stake early claims in the New World. Yeah, Duggar. You are correct. Correct. His voyage helped England stake new claims. He was Mr. John Cabot. His son, Sebastian Cabot, also became a famous explorer, continuing the family business. John Cabot. So the name Cabot sounds very English, but yet he was Italian by birth. So I guess I've got that wrong. Is Cabot an Italian name? I'm very confused. I'm very confused. I've always been confused by this. Truth be told, I was always confused. Good to tell. All right, let's do top 6. Top 6 explorers from the golden age of world exploration. Talking about 1500s mostly. 1400s, 1500s. Here we go. This gentleman sailed along the coast of South America in the early 1500s. He realized these lands were not Asia, but they were a new world. His letters describing the voyages spread widely in Europe. A German map maker used his name for new continents. A German map maker used his name for the new continent. There's your key clue. There you go, Doctor. There you go. Ah, we got all kinds of facts coming out. Yes, but what was his first name, which was more important? How many places do they name after the guy's first name? kind of weird, huh? That's weird. Amerigo Vespucci. Amerigo Vespucci. Yeah, very good. You guys all are getting that. That's right. The Americas were named after him. Not after Columbus. It's not called Columbia. That's another place. You know, hard to figure the whole thing out. All right. Where's Eddie? There's Eddie. Who's this, Eddie? He was an illiterate pig herder before becoming a conquistador. And we're not just cutting him down. He actually was an illiterate pig herder before becoming a conquistador. Very good, very good. He led expeditions into South America. Conquistador. In 1532, he captured an emperor in a stunning ambush. This is the guy who toppled the Inca Empire. All right. What was Mr. Pizarro's first name? Who knows Mr. Pizarro? It rolls right off the tongue. It's a typical Spanish conquistador name. Mr. Pizarro had Atahualpa executed even after receiving a room filled with gold. Yeah. Juan's a good guess. Didn't he? Not as good. Not as good a guess. Francisco Pizarro. Top four. Let's do it. You know him. You probably recognize this guy. He sailed west from Cuba in 1519. His small force faced a mighty empire. He used alliances and strategy to defeat them. This is the guy who conquered the Aztec capital of Tenochtitlan. Tenochtitlan. Yeah. And what was Mr. Cortez's first name? Does it look like shit? It doesn't look like Chef Boyardee. Not at all. That's not a chef hat. Okay, Mr. Cortez, spelled with an S incidentally, not a Z. Cortes, with one of those little things over the E. Little thing over the E. And what was his first name? Anybody remember? Mr. Cortez. Cortez burned his ships on arrival, ensuring his men had no choice but to fight forward. This is Mr. Hernan Cortez. Hernan. 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 Okay, top three. Now, I have seen this name on the board tonight, so let's see if you can get it. He followed the path first opened by Mr. Diaz. So remember, Bartholomew Diaz was the first one to go down around the Cape of Storms, or the Cape of Good Hope. His voyage took him around Africa in 1497. This is the first guy to actually reach all the way to India, and return with valuable spices. So really, this guy was pretty important. He actually made it and came back with the goods. His journey proved a direct sea route to Asia. This is the first guy to prove a direct sea route to Asia. I'd say pretty important. Pretty damn important. His voyage earned profits of 60 times the expedition's cost. One of the most lucrative trips in history. I've seen the answer up there. Do you guys remember any of your answers from previously? It's not Bartholomew Diaz. It's the guy after that. How about if I told you his first name was Vasco? Vasco. Vasco da Gama. Not Jack Sparrow. That's a good guess, though. That's a pirate, though, not an explorer. Not an explorer. If we were doing pirates, that would be a good guess. Vasco da Gama. Okay, so we were talking about this guy earlier, why he gets all the credit all the time. He set out in 1519 under the Spanish flag. His fleet sailed west across the Atlantic. He gave his name to a strait at the tip of South America. He crossed a vast ocean named the Pacific to the Philippines, where he didn't make it any further. He was the leader, at first, of the first circumnavigation. This is the leader of the first circumnavigation. And we talked about his first mate is the one who actually finished it earlier. Yeah, Doctor, you're correct. You remember Mr. Magellan's first name by chance? It's another one of those standard Spanish names. Not really a conquistador, more of an explorer name. Magellan himself was killed in the Philippines before the voyage was complete. We knew that. He was born in 1480 and passed away in 1521. Ferdinand. Close. Fernando is very close. Ferdinand. I don't know. Does he go by Fernando for short? Maybe so. Well, that leaves us with number one. Number one, and the robots don't disappoint. They don't disappoint. This guy sought a westward route to Asia. He was backed by Spain, and he sailed in 1492 across the ocean blue. He landed in the Caribbean instead. His voyages opened Europe's age of discovery in the Americas. So yeah, he really opened the door to all the Spanish coming in and causing all kinds of mayhem. You are correct. Roger, Eddie. Eddie, that's kind of correct, sort of. He's got that hat, same hat. Yes, it is Mr. Christopher Columbus or Cristobal Colon. That sounds right too. And he was born in 1451 and passed in 1506. Columbus went to his grave believing that he had reached Asia. He never knew he wasn't in Asia. He thought he was in Asia. He never realized he stumbled onto continents unknown to Europeans. There he is. Christopher Columbus. A semi-tragic figure in the end. Alrighty, we made it. That was a little harder, right? A little harder. But that's, you gotta test yourself a little bit. They can't all be teen idols. We need to do a little history. Study up. All right, guys. Well, thank you for being with me tonight. I do appreciate it. We've done 3 rounds. I got nothing left for you. I've got, the little composite compilation video to share with you on the way out. I did a show on Wednesday. Nobody was there. One person, I think Doctor was there. That was it. It was kind of different. It was a different kind of show, and I don't know. So you guys might want to go back and watch that and see if you liked it or not. But I'll definitely, I'm not sure I'm going to do a Wednesday show. Just watch for it. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But we'll definitely do Sunday. So I've got things set up for Sunday. Let me tell you what we got for Sunday, huh? Why not? What we got for Sunday? I'm having trouble getting it. Anyway, we'll see you on Sunday. Adios.